I read a lot of books. I've read a lot of books, all focused around money, finance, entrepreneurship, and for every single book that I read, it teaches me a new skill. It almost evolves me, and it impacts me in different ways. For example, the book How to Influence and Influence People taught me how understanding people can dramatically change your life, and it also taught me well how to influence people to your way of thinking. Think and Grow Rich opened my eyes up to the fact that if you believe, you shall achieve. You see, all these books that I read, it almost creates a different stepping stone. For each stepping stone that's created, I'm one step closer towards my goal. Like stepping stones of knowledge, if you like. And I almost picture myself as a character, and for every stone that is created, I'm like evolving and upgrading into a different person. And there's one book that I've read recently, one book that has completely flipped my perspective on making money upside down. You see, throughout life, we're always taught to go to school, study, get a job, work your way up in that job, retire with a fat pension, and then you're wealthy, living happy ever after, right? But is that really wealth? Well, that's the question, and many others that's tackled in the book The Millionaire Fast Lane. So regardless if you've read this or not, you're going to want to stay and watch this video. The sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. The world can be split up into these three categories, and when I read them out, you'll know exactly what I mean. The sidewalk. The sidewalk is the road that is most traveled and championed by society. The sidewalker is always one unexpected payment, one unexpected something away from bankruptcy, living back in their parents' basement. You see, sidewalkers are trapped in a lifestyle of servitude that is characterized by an urgent and instable need for self-gratification. They want things now and carry the mindset of things such as, oh, when you've graduated school and education, there's no need to learn anything more. Or, I live for today, I'm not bothered about tomorrow. And they indulge in the victim mentality. You know exactly the person I'm describing. The slow lane. The slow lane involves sacrificing today for a better tomorrow. If you're in the slow lane, then you've been colluded with misconceptions such as trade-offs of trading your time for money, or getting a job, working for retirement, and then saving 10% of your paycheck. The slow lane is a convenient exit for the sidewalk and the path that many people take, where they literally live for when they are retired, so that they can enjoy the fruits of their labor when they're not even in a fit shape to do so. And then the fast lane. The fast lane is a roadmap that all these young business owners follow. Even the likes of Stephen Bartlett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, these people become extremely wealthy, extremely young, and they have a unique mindset, a perspective, and a vehicle that helps them achieve this. But what do they know that we don't? What do they know that allows them to be so wealthy and so free at a young age, and not be wealthy when they're in a wheelchair by investing in the S&P 500 for 50 years? And you may think whatever they know is obscene, or they sold their soul to the devil to be able to understand it, but it's really they're just following a formula, and this is the formula that they follow. They understand that being paid for your time is extremely unsustainable. I mean, think about it. Even if you got paid $20 an hour, 24 hours a day, that's $480 a day, minus the 8 hours that you need to sleep and minus all the other hours that you need to, live. The money that you make is extremely capped. End of story. They understand that you're paid according to your perceived value and not paid according to how hard you work, which can also be related to how much leverage you have, and the leverage that you have is related on how unique your skill set is. Are you still following? So let's say, for example, you've got a janitor and a financial analyst. The janitor can arguably work just as hard or harder than the financial analyst, but the difference lies in the fact that the financial analyst has a very unique skill set, which gives him leverage within the market that he works in, and therefore allows him to be paid more money. Well, who decides the value that you're worth? The market decides the value that you're worth, and that can be volatile. Let's say, for example, you're a crypto analyst, right? When there's a bull market and everything's going up and everyone wants to invest in crypto, your skill set is extremely valuable and extremely needed. But when you're in a bear market and no one cares about crypto, no one wants to jump in on it, you're not very needed, therefore your value is much lower because the market says so. So you need to be in a position where your value is very evergreen and forward thinking. The next thing that they understand is that if you want money, then you have to solve problems, and the extent of the problem that you solve will determine your reward. Again, wealth isn't made through trading your time for money. Wealth is made through solving problems, and the bigger the problem that you solve, the more money that it's possible that you make, because it impacts more people. If you want to make $1 million, then you have to help $1 million. This is really the fundamentals of business, and what no one wants to talk about because it's not sexy and it can't be flashed up on social media. But if you want to make money, you have to help people. Let's say, for example, you found a problem or a need in people wanting customized mugs to give to people for their birthday. You've got to really think as a matter of two things. Number one, how extensive is the problem that I'm solving? And number two, how many people can I impact? With that mug business, the problem isn't very extensive, and the amount of people that you can actually impact is going to be limited, and therefore you're not going to make much money off it. Whereas let's take PayPal, for example, where they found the problem, the massive problem that people can't transfer money effectively and securely, and so they've created a solution for it. The solution to this problem was, number one, in demand, in this extensive problem to solve, and number two, it impacts millions. In fact, it impacted billions, and that is why PayPal were able to be sold for 1.5 billion, because they impacted billions. People think to get wealthy you have to chase money, but you actually have to chase problems. That is the whole evolution of mindset that you have to jump, and then you find a scalable solution and wealth comes out the other end, just like a funnel or like a machine, if you like. Money is the end goal. The cogs that make the machine go round are the people, and the fuel that you need to put into the machine is the solution to problems that the cogs have, the people. It's a weird way to kind of like picture it, but hopefully hopefully you get the idea. It's very compact, it's very simple. You just need to be the unique person that finds a solution. And that is it, ladies and gents. If you want to check out the book, The Millionaire's Fast Lane, for yourself, I would highly recommend it. I'll leave it linked in the description. And in the meantime, check out this video that's popped up on screen now, because it's an absolute banger and it's going to help you continue on your journey of evolution. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.